didn't get it?
Oh,
here,
get
all
that
that sort of
camera
stuff.
wet.
Look like they put them out there for you to see.
This is Marcia's camera. That's why I'm marrying her. I don't have a camera.
You got a camera?
He finally met someone who has almost as much technological and electronic equipment as that's really pitiful.
You got a better reason?
When we get married, we thought we would.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say in public. And or be on the videotape.
I think his mother thought I was serious.
And what reason would that be, Hildy?
Hildy? We
When I saw her face, I thought,
What reason? Who was saying she had a better reason? Wasn't it Hildy?
hey,
You got a better reason?
Oh, no, I didn't say that.
You don't have to use a wide angle lens
but I'm not
anymore
going to
for
say
me.
when you're videotaping.
One of my younger
I'm
brothers
40
died.
pounds less.
They had a party.
You know that movie Sex, Lies, and Videotapes?
Mhm.
Well, my answer's in one of those.
It wasn't a shower, like shower was for the girl. And this was
Oh, these are good.
sort of like a shower, but it was for the couple.
Cajun
So
accent to me.
my dad brought him. He brought Jason too. And everybody-
Well, Cindy, what do you say?
No, that's J1.
He'll try one more charge first.
You know, one time. L.A.Poche.
That's ready to be shipped.
And who wants to roll the barrel?
It's going to Africa.
It's going to Africa?
Those three are going to Africa.
I want to know the whole curing process.
Okay, we're going to go in the other shed and I'll tell them about the curing.
Okay. This is the old one.
Go ahead.
Am I blocking you?
No, that's fine.
Hi.
I don't smoke. High blends. Unique to this area in that it's cured in a manner in which it is.
Be nice.
It's cured in its own juice under pressure, and it's a sort of fermentation process. It takes about a year for curing in the barrel. To start with, it starts growing in the field like a regular burley tobacco. It grows about 12 to 20 leaves per stalk. They are harvested in early July, and they're hung in the barns, just like the regular burley tobacco, and they're dried. It takes about 14 to 20 days drying in the barns. A lot of air, they open the sides of the barns to get air to it. When the leaves are dry, they're brown like a leaf of tobacco, like tobacco you might find in your cigarettes. This color. The stems are taken out and they're put in the barrels. And pressure is applied until the juice comes out. And after a few weeks under pressure, the pressure is relieved, the tobacco is removed, and aired out and then put back under pressure. We do this for several times during the curing process. I'm looking for a bar to open one. Oh. some boiling in here. There's juice. The air is coming out of it. We're getting some juice. Nope. Should have a short boil.
Yeah, I can see it bubbling. You can see it if you get up here.
He's real skinny.
Oh, wait, the smell.
Fermenting.
Be careful with the tobacco.
Ooh, yum.
They did also some tobacco.
Can we have some tobacco? Can we have a piece?
Smell of it.
Got a real nice smell.
Probably 6 months or so it'll develop a little bit richer flavor, a little richer smell.
Now you said this is mixed with other tobaccos?
It's going to be mixed with a number of different tobaccos. There are many, many varieties of tobaccos throughout the world. And the closest tobacco to this one would be a Turkish tobacco called L.A.Poche. It's a black tobacco like this, very aromatic. Tobacco is grown in the United States of Burley and Green River, which is a lighter, mild tobacco. Some areas of the country will grow tobacco for cigars. They're broader leaf tobaccos, finer leaves. Usually the cigar tobacco is grown under shade. They put muslin or either cotton covers over it to keep the sun off of it and keep it so that they can develop a perfect leaf. Of course, in the old days they used perfect leaves to wrap cigars. Nowadays cigars, common cigars, are made with, the wrappers are synthetic tobacco. They take tobacco, pulverize it, and make a paper out of it. And it is 100% tobacco, but it's fabricated. A fabricated leaf. Sort of like taking ham, grinding it up, and making ham sausage.
Is this kind of tobacco considered fairly rare?
This is very rare. You're seeing right here in these two buildings, you're seeing the whole 1993 crop for the whole world. The 94 crop is being put into the field now. They planted it right after the frost, and the last chance of frost so it doesn't freeze. And then they harvest it in July. Tobacco, I guess all over the world is the same, but it's a real labor-intensive crop. It was a family-oriented thing. You had to have the mother, father, and all the kids working in it.
So your family's been doing this?
7 generations. But even like you read in the Carolinas and Virginia, it was always a family. The whole family worked at it. Because there was a lot of labor, planting by hand, breaking suckers on it 3 times, stopping it, cutting it, hanging it, stripping it.
He's the bad guy.
Lots and lots of
That
labor.
one's the fun one, huh? Now, which one's the fun one?
Nothing mechanized for tobacco farms. Just until recently they came out with a hormone that they spray it
Is he coming?
and eliminate suckers. Suckers are little leaves that grow in the joints of the big leaf. If you allow the suckers to grow, the big leaves don't develop. Sort of like on your tomato plant.
So do you do this as still as an income producing thing, or just because your family's always doing it?
My family still does it. My father passed away a few years ago. He left us a business. My brothers and I do one. We don't make a living at it, but we.
Oh, is it?
I have 7 brothers. We still make an income. We have a couple of employees here full time, and we have several other part-time. But
I think it's neat though, you know, that
we have several farmers that still depend on it.
they're doing something really unique.
The culture came from the Indians. They were growing tobacco in this area. I guess like the Indians in the other areas of the country were growing tobacco. And they cured it in its juice. And they got this type of tobacco that was quite unique.
So how many foot-pounds of cloth are you putting on the bag?
He just opened one.
What's the
We didn't go to
what's the
engineering school.
formula, huh?
We didn't go to engineering school. The formula was to do it until you got tired. Either 2 boys or 1 man on a bar. Of course, the longer the bar, the easier it was.
Yeah.
Would the Indians have smoked this just by itself without blending anything else?
A lot of it was chewed. They chewed.
Chewed? Okay.
But the Indians that grew this, it was from right here?
Right here, huh?
It wasn't imported, some imported tobacco from some other place. It's always been.
Is that
We do some importing.
is that homeless Indians?
We, there was some Cherokee to tell me. We have several farmers, and we can't get enough from them. So we bring in some from the Green River area of Kentucky, which is a similar tobacco, and we cure it in this manner.
But you're the only place in the world that does Perique?
When we sell it as, we have a copyright on it, we call it Green River Perique. And the people that we sell it to, they know what they're getting. We don't try to pass it off as 100% Perique. In fact, some of them like it. They like it very much. Several years ago, I got involved, working with my dad, I got involved with R.G. Reynolds Company. They were working on a super secret project, smokeless tobacco they called it.
I remember that.
And they got samples from us on 2 or 3 occasions. And I've met with people, I picked them up at the airport and brought them over here a couple of times. And he told me, he said, you know, if this project takes off, he said, you won't be able to supply enough. I said, well, just tell us, give us some advance notice, we'll make as much as you want. But it didn't work out.
Did you see the thing on 60 Minutes?
Smokeless tobacco? Well, several people have different ideas of smokeless. Snuff is smokeless tobacco.
You're talking about smokeless cigarettes?
Cigarettes, yeah.
Is that what you're talking
That's
about?
what they had, it was
Smokeless cigarettes.
Yeah.
According to 60 Minutes, it would have worked,
Yeah.
but R.J. Reynolds said it didn't.
They say on different news reports about that nicotine doesn't come actually from tobacco, it's added to tobacco. Is there nicotine?
There's
There is
nicotine, yeah, nicotine in it. Yeah, it's natural.
But
It's
it's
like
also
caffeine's
added-
natural in coffee. But they remove the caffeine from coffee and then they put it back in the Coke. The nicotine, they never take it out of the tobacco.
Okay. But they can also add more nicotine to.
I don't know. When they remove the stems, the stems are lower in nicotine. There was a time they put the stems. They used to use the stems in snuff, but now they've taken the stem, they run it through a flattener like a press, and it comes out paper thin, and they cut it up, and they could blend this back into cigarettes and make a lower nicotine tobacco. But I'm sure it does something for the quality of the smoke. Whatever they do, I don't know.
What's that lawsuit you're talking about, Wendell Gaucher?
Well, I saw it.
But
That they added it to.
But you see this sort of stuff? This sort of stuff? I grew up with this on my body. We'd have it, you know,
On your hands.
your hands and your whole body. You'd be
You were
covered.
absorbing it all the time.
Yeah. In certain times of the year, I'd have so much of it on me that at night I would sometimes I'd vomit. My mother said, "Well, you had too much tobacco on you today, you know, something, you know." But as far as carcinogenic and all, 7 generations of my family, no one ever had cancer. You know? I don't smoke, but a lot of
Well,
those people smoke.
That makes a point. That those nicotine patches, you're absorbing into your skin, but apparently that's not endangering your health. But whenever you inhale it,
College and I worked tobacco. My daddy used to pay me like $10 a barrel or something, you know, to take it out and put it back. I was living in New Orleans, and I was dating Jackie. One weekend she was coming up here to visit someone, which she had some friends with her, and they stopped in to see my family. First time she had ever been here, and I didn't even know she was coming. So my mother called me. I was working in a tobacco factory. She called me. She said, "Someone here to see you." I yelled, "Who was it?" She said, "Jackie's here." So I'm all muddy and dirty, and she had her friends. She had the nuns from well, they were the nuns that were in the nursing training with her. They were from Daughters of Marianites, and she had 3 Marianites with her, and I was all messed up with tobacco. So I hurried up and washed off, and I just wiped up, and I walked in, and they always kidding me. They said I washed half of my face. In fact, the nuns wrote a letter when we were married. If you give us a cookbook or something, they had something written in it about my half-washed face. See, I saw him last time I was here. He was sucking liquid off him.
How many times can you get me doing this?
There's no market for another one, but that makes it a little bit rare, and so those who like to blend it will have it.